It's Megyn Kelly time now, and Meghan Markle's desperate bid to rehabilitate her image in the wake of her outrageous behaviour towards the royals seems to be failing spectacularly. A damning new royal family popularity poll puts the Duchess of Sussex at a lowly 18%, beaten only by the disgraced Prince Andrew on 7%, as the least liked member of the firm. Her ginger-whinger husband, Prince Harry, is the third most disliked royal, with just a 22% favourability rating among Brits, according to a major news study by former Conservative Deputy Chairman Lord Ashcroft for the Daily Mail. Now, crucially, only a third of the population believe Meghan and Harry's raft of accusations against the royal family. But this comes as the Duchess of Delusion makes a miraculous reappearance in recent weeks after a disappearing act that lasted months. Her sudden return with a brand new makeover, a weird kiss cam stunt at the basketball and a new deal with top Hollywood talent agency all came rushing in just days before Charles's coronation. So Megyn Kelly, with the toxic Sussexes totally sliding in the popularity stakes, despite this attempt by Meghan to insert herself into the coronation conversation because she's clearly so jealous that she's not coming. Actually, do you reckon the king is just better off without these two?
Oh, 100%. I mean, very clearly in the UK, the people cannot stand them, especially her. I mean, 18% approval? I think even the US Congress has a higher approval rating, and they're beneath a cockroach. I mean, it's really dreadful. And what I've realized over this past, I don't know how long we've been covering them, but let's just say year, but it's emphasized by what's happened in the past week, is they are dumb. My God, they're dumb. I'm sorry. But what happened? Their approval ratings, at least here in the United States, were holding on as of December prior to their publicity tour. Like they were hanging in there in the United States, not the UK. And what did they do? They went on their huge media tour and they did their Netflix thing and they did Spare and then whatever. And they went off a cliff, even here in the United States, where everybody said, we don't want anything to do with them.
Imagine planning your next life while still living your current one. Not illegal, but definitely revealing. When Megyn Kelly talks about Meghan Markle allegedly mapping out a royal future, the interesting part isn't the board itself, it's the mindset behind it. High achievers visualize outcomes all the time. Athletes, entrepreneurs, even students preparing for exams. But there's a difference between goal setting and timeline overlap when your future plans start conflicting with your present commitments. That's where people start asking questions. Ambition isn't the issue here, it's interpretation. Some see this as strategic thinking, knowing what you want early, positioning yourself for opportunity. Others see it as calculated, planning
and then over the past 2 months, their approval ratings have eked up just a tiny bit. The latest Newsweek poll shows she went up 5 points, he went up 7 points. Still only 33% of Americans like her. Only 39% like him. I mean, she's still down at 1/3 liking her and 2/3 can't stand her in America. All right. But why did they go up those little bits over the past couple months? Because they kept their mouths shut, because they went away. What does that tell you? People can't stand them. And every time they remind us that they exist and, of course, continue to need our nonstop attention, the approval numbers go back down because people are reminded that they exist and how little they actually want to hear from them. And so her latest attempt to put herself back out there is just going to backfire once again. She's going to go back down. She's going to lose the 5 points she just won. And not only because she stuck her head up again, but for the reasons you just stated. It's an obvious attempt to get attention. Anybody with a child or 2 toddlers understands how this works. You pay attention to the one toddler and the other toddler starts doing things to get your attention. They come over, they'll try to get it by being sweet. If you don't give it to them by being sweet, then they'll start throwing things. They'll do whatever is necessary to get your eyes on them. That's her. The other reason it's not going to work is because she's so clueless, Dan, about what makes people like you. Maybe it will like them if I put out myself looking as glamorous as I possibly can with my new chiseled, enhanced work with all the right lighting on me. Hello, bitches, I'm back. Okay, maybe that'll work. If it doesn't work, maybe I'll tell everybody that I'm now represented by Ari Emanuel, the meanest person in Hollywood, at WME. So I'm going back to the spotlight where I've always belonged. Perhaps you weren't aware. No, that's not going to make anybody like you or feel relatable with you. And then I'll just happened to be caught at the basketball game on the kiss cam, and oh no, honey, oh, everything's an act. She never has one genuine moment, and we can smell it now from a mile away. So she's right not to go. We didn't need to see that at the coronation. Much as I would have enjoyed the boos, I will still be booing him from my house. I would have liked to see her get booed, but she's smart enough to realize that would have happened there. But there's no saving it. If they resurface, their numbers go down. The only way to make them go back up is to go back into the quiet, private life they lied about actually wanting.
I mean, the thing is, Megyn, I think she's the perfect example of what happens when you surround yourself by yes men and women. Because can you imagine
Exit before one officially exists, treating relationships like stepping stones. The same action, two completely different narratives. Stories like this go viral because they tap into something deeper. How people feel about ambition in relationships. There's an unspoken expectation that you should be fully present where you are not mentally preparing your next move elsewhere. So when someone appears to be doing both, it creates tension and curiosity. Zoom out, and this isn't just about one person. It reflects a broader reality. A lot of people quietly plan their next chapter long before closing the current one. Career switches, relocation, even relationships. The difference? Most people don't have their private planning put under a global microscope. So, here's the real question. Is it smart to plan your future early? Or does it cross a line when it overlaps with your present? Because depending on where you stand, this isn't just a story. It's a mindset. Let me know what you think. And if you want more breakdowns like this, you already know what to do.
Imagine her hapless team members, they only last for 5 minutes because she ends up getting rid of them all the moment that they question one of her decisions. When Megyn said, oh, do you know what? I've disappeared for 4 months, but I just want to announce all of these things a week before the coronation. Like, just shut up. You only had to wait for 2 more weeks, and then you can do all of your pathetic Hollywood announcements. It's just gross. It's grim. We can see through it. I think it makes her less popular, but I am annoyed by it. I am, because we can't just ignore her as much as we might want to, because she does cause damage.
Here's the irony. Why does she want to stick it to the royal family? What has the royal family done to her again? Oh, they're the entire reason she's getting representation by WME, which I'm sure wanted nothing to do with her when she was a no-name Deal or No Deal girl. Never mind her stupid series Suits. She could never have gotten Ari Emanuel to represent her. Trust me. So the only reason they're interested in Meghan Markle and repping her because they
global
think that she
icon Meghan Markle, which is how they described her.
Okay. I mean, she's been busy writing her own press releases. The only reason they want her is because of the royal family, who she hates, right? So she's got to stick it to the royal family. Why again? Because they made her rich and they made her a huge star, but she's really angry about it. Why? Because she wasn't able to be in the #1 spot because she married the spare instead of the heir. We should have done some homework on that. By the way, it's not for nothing, Dan, but I have it on very good authority now that she had a whole vision board of her life with the royal family and of the royal family themselves and Prince Harry when she was married to husband #1. Happened to have a good source on that. That's the woman, the global icon.
So she planned this all along. That's what it comes down to. Well, fascinating insight. So good to have you back, Megyn Kelly. By the way, congratulations, Megyn. Now over 1 million subscribers for your brilliant Megyn Kelly show on
and a lot
YouTube.
Of folks from the UK.
Yeah, indeed, and I really recommend it. I fell asleep to it last night, but actually you kept me awake. That's how good you were. It was about 3 a.m.